Hi, how y'all doing? It's November the 28th, 2025, in Ontario, Canada. It's cloud covered again. It's Friday today. So, yeah, it snowed off and on all night. Um, it's supposed to be done snowing now, though, but it looks misty out, like mucusy. I got mucus, been coughing up, right? So, that's normal when it's misty out. Causes that to happen for some reason, right? Killing the parasites, maybe. The Schuman's at 44 today. It's a number that follows me around. And the Schuman was 30 yesterday. So it's spiked, right? I've just been sitting here not doing nothing. My legs are achy. Got it achy in my back too somewhere, right? Shoulders aren't too bad. The head's not too bad, right? Um, a lot of so-called chaos is happening around the realm with people, right? When you level up, chaos happens. To see if you're going to fall back into old habits or if you've learned your lesson and you're leveling up, you're going to go with the new way, right? And my son, he was grouchy today, right? He was going to his girlfriend's and his ride didn't show up when they said they were going to. And yeah, it made him angry, right? My daughter, one of my daughters called me and had to vent because an East Indian man throwing garbage out of his vehicle in a parking lot set her fire. You know what I mean? And she went out and yelled at him, told him this isn't India. You know what I mean? Go back and do it in your own country. We don't do it here. Right? He picked up his garbage. She goes, I know that how she started off was she's like, Mom, I know how to piss off an East Indian man. Right? She goes, just yell at him. Right? But yeah. I said, well, you did a good job. Now you should let it go. I taught my children not to litter, right? So, yeah, that's what they bring him over for, right? They think they could treat this country like they do the one that they can't come from. You know what I mean? I've been dealing with this my whole life. So, yeah. I said, well, as long as there's people like you, Charity, we'll keep them in line, teach them something. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then my eldest had to call me up and asked me if he could borrow some money to help pay his rent. All right. I didn't get as many hours as he thought he would. So last time I loaned him money, he was prompt in paying it back. So I think I could take the chance and do it again. You know what I mean? You can only mess me up one time, and that's it. You know what I mean? And my children know that. I don't give a lot of chances here. Doesn't matter who you are, right? Because if you lie to me one time, you become a liar in my eyes. I'll never trust what you say again. Stuff like that, you know? So, yeah, different, right? But it's the energy. It is. That's what's going on. People are part of the shadow work and all that, I think. Oh, I'm getting warm. The wind is fairly strong here today. It's been getting gusty. Snow squally. All right, blows the snow around. Other than that, I didn't sleep very good last night. My legs were aching. All right, I had a hard time getting them to calm down so I could go to sleep. I dreamt all night, but I don't recall, and that's fine. I like that too. Sometimes I like to dream, sometimes I don't, right? Um, we're getting closer to December, right? That means the Three Eye Atlas energy is getting closer too. So the closer it gets, the more I see people or the consciousness changing, or people being affected, right? So yeah, I've been listening to 432, the radio drop again, schooling me, right? Learning about Prester John. Now the Portuguese was looking for him for 500 years. What people would look for somebody for 500 years? If you look up Prester John or if you look up the Fountain of Youth, it'll talk about Prester John, right? Fountain of Youth turns you back to 32 years old every time you use it, right? So, yeah, it's somewhere over here in America. That's where he was, King David, right? 432 is doing such a good job of deprogramming the Bible, right? Dodging the hijack, the lies, you know? Now I'm understanding more why my great aunt told me that the Queen of Sheba was her ancestor. Because I thought she was over in Ethiopia, but it wasn't. It was a title from over here, you know? So I find it quite interesting. These are the codes my ancestors left for me for this time. And I'm very grateful. I am. Right? I'm so grateful. He looked up in the Bible. He was going through and saying, okay, where did Moses die? He died in Moab, right? So, but he goes on Google Earth and looks up Moab, and it just happens to be in Utah, right? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, Moses is their translation of the name Musa. You know what I mean? Well, if you don't know what you mean, you're gonna learn if you keep watching me, right? Because they changed the alphabet, right? Like C's and K's are interchangeable. V's turned to, or they changed W's to V's in Paleo Hebrew and all this, right? So, quite interesting. Just thinking. What else did I write down? Oh, Jesus too. Zeus. So everybody that worship the Jesus is worshiping Zeus. You know what I mean? And the reason why they invaded, they've been doing it for 500 years, right? Was to find Prester John, the priest king, right? Because we're the chosen, right? In America, the organic to the land. Well, I'm not 100% organic anymore because my ancestors whitewashed me. But they did that, my mother said, was to protect us and to hide us, right? So that they wouldn't call us black and treat us like they're treating the rest of them down in the United States. That's why my ancestor Francis came up here, to get away from them. He lived in Philadelphia, right? There was no racism during his time until he came back from England, right? And then they started up with that, all the incubator babies. That's what they did. All the countries in the realm, even Russia, were here in America in the old maps, right? China, Asia Minor, and India Superior, right? All of them. Every country out there is a mirror reflection of America. They're the ones that got taken over. A lot of them, well, all of them got taken over by the incubator babies, right? And got whitewashed, mixed in. You got turned to Muslims or Islams. And that's Prester John was fighting against them to keep them out of America. And that's another reason why they wanted him gone, right? But he was a magi. Magic, right? They knew how to work the energies of the realm. I'm sure they had tech. He had tech, right? We were the most superior race that there was, with a kind heart, right? The Christ line, for lack of a better term. 432 I heard it in one of his videos the other day what it meant, like the real translation, but I forgot. I was feeling a bit icky, so I didn't write it down, but I will hear it again. I had a dream and in my dream it said that I was from the Christ line. And it kind of pissed me off because I was thinking, oh, here goes religion again, right? But that's not what it meant at all. So I'm okay with it now. I am. I was wondering why I got woken up, why Big Mama woke me up, right? Because those that were meant to wake up woke up. The others were not meant to wake up. So don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about them at all, right? When we find out who we're really fighting against, or who are really are who are against us, right? You'll understand what I mean by that, you know. So yeah, in the first quarter, action. People are taking action today. My friend's son, or my son's friend, showed up today for a little visit. The Rise. Son's already gone to his girlfriend's, and it's early. It's usually later in the day when he leaves. But me, I'm just sitting here learning, right? Being calm, realizing why all this is going on, right? It is biblical in a way, right? But the Bible is their interpretation, and it's been hijacked and whitewashed and changed so much, right? The names, everything, many different names changes and stuff like that. They're really trying to hide who we are. And Prester John, they want you to think he's a legend, a fable, a myth, right? But 432 has proven to me that it wasn't, he's not a myth, right? Because it's all written down. He shows the receipts and everything on how he shows you the information, gives you the information, right? So that's why I keep saying, be good people, tell no lies, cause no harm, keep the code, right? Be good people. Like what a true Christian really should be. Judge not, right? Now I understand why so many people either love me or hate me, because there's no in between, right? I often wondered about that. And I suppose the ones that hated me are the enemies of the organic ones, the children. But they still keep it in their DNA, you know what I mean? It's a purpose that drives them, right? Because we've been incarnated many times. I'm understanding so much more, right? I really am. It's amazing. It is. So yeah, since I'm leveling up, I wonder what is going to try to come into my life to dethrone me, for lack of lack of a better term, right? Not that I'm sitting on a throne or anything, but my ascension, right? Leveling up, because I'm seeing more and more clear all the time. I am grateful. I really am. I haven't seen any birds the last couple of days, but if I was a bird, I would not want to be out in this weather either. All right? See people walking their dog. Well, my friend, she took her dog for a walk a couple times now. Dogs, two of them. All right? But it keeps her busy, you know, because she's going through it too. She's one of the chosen. She didn't take the job, all right? So, yeah. All right. I'm not doing anything. I have no plans. Go make my supper. That's the plan. I think I'm going to have spaghetti tonight. I know it's not the most healthiest, but it's the most easiest for me. All right? For now. I had steak last night, mushrooms, potatoes. That was very good. I'm such a good cook. I like my cooking. I do. I'm a fussy eater too, eh? It's hard for anybody else to cook for me. Unless you do it exactly the way I want it. You know? Alright, that's enough of me. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I do. And just keep leveling up. Stay in a positive vibration. Listen to 432 hertz music. That's the true vibration, right? Well, the rest of them are hijacked. So, yeah. Every day I'm stronger than the day before. Every day I am more enlightened than the day before. And every day I have more gratitude than the day before. I love you all to consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye. Wave me away. Goodbye.